Welcome to Matt Holman Golf. It's going to take you through Jordan Spieth's swing. Starting with his setup and his grip in particular, one of the things that really stands out to me, you don't notice it so much actually at setup point, but as he starts to swing, if we look at his grip, I haven't actually seen another player do this. I know guys will practice this way to keep their grip pressure very light, but his left index finger, we can see it clearest at that point there, is actually straight and away from the right hand. Usually that would sort of interlock, or the little finger of the right hand would overlap the index finger of the left hand, but he has that free and away. I don't really think it certainly doesn't create any negative, you can tell from his golf, but really creates a light grip pressure, makes it very difficult, especially through the middle part of your hand, to grip too tightly. So, orthodox looking setup, really good looking first move. Let's put a couple of lines on here. So the club is definitely on plane, hands stay inside the hand plane line. So you can see he's got, his club face is noticeably matching his spine there. There's not much rotation going on in that club face. Put the spine angle down, be here somewhere. You can see his club face is similar to, maybe even a little bit stronger than the, slightly more closed than the spine angle. So now it starts to rotate a little, very much on plane. Sets it up his right forearm. You can see that left finger there, floating left finger, but arms are in the centre of the chest. Good looking position at the top. Gets his arms just slightly higher than his shoulder plane. We'd call this a little bit more of a two-plane swing. A lot of the guys these days, you'll see the arm and the shoulders matching on the same plane, where he gets his arms just a little bit higher than that. And so from there, you're now going to see the arms fall while the body turns. And he's got this really nice squatting down move, really keeps his body angles. And this is something I tend to see in the better players I teach. When things go wrong a little, they tend to lose that tailbone position. So you may see the head move back a little bit, we'll see. That's something I've checked. So yeah, it moves back a fraction, very common, but you can look at that tailbone there. It's really retained its position all the way through to impact. Head moves down a little, but great rotation in the chest, and that club just pulls out in front of him. Club's on plane. Again, if we go back to set up, and we put a shaft plane line on, you'll see that club's never really going to drop underneath it, just tracks down that line. Great upper body rotation with the lower body rotation also. The forearms there are not looking overly right, or the shoulders closed, which I tend to see in a lot of better players. And then he just swings that handle left and through. So from face on, pretty orthodox looking setup into halfway. What I tend to notice for about this phase is our left arm that will collapse a little, in tilt slightly, and that's why his arms sort of raise up a little bit higher than some other players. I'd say through this phase here, more the one-plane guys, their shoulders are going to keep rotating a little more, and the left arm's going to work slightly flatter. From here he's got slightly more tilting action. Good move into his front leg though. He's very much covering with his head and his chest. I think one of the movements we may see him alter going forward, if we just look at that front ankle and foot there, you're going to see how it will tend to lose its position. I can see going forward that front foot becoming more stable, but that's really the one area to me that stands out where he could hit some poor shots every now and then from. But great looking swing, fantastic course management and mind for a player so young, and I think you're going to see him winning majors in the future.